Hey, I'm James Cook. I'm the head of retail research at JLL for North America. And I have a team that tracks all of the trends in retail and retail real estate. And I'm going to be, what am I going to be interviewed by my friend here, Chris Ressa?
Yeah, I can't wait. So, first question, James.
Yeah.
People go home from this show. What is the one positive thing you want them to leave with, like learning from being here?
I mean, for me, the underlying continued demand from the consumer, the demand from many retailers who are still expanding, the overall health of occupiers. Now, capital markets is a little bit different because of interest rate issues, but I just still feel good about the consumer and about, most retail tenants. So I think it's a good story, especially in the open air space.
Yes.
Do I know anybody? Oh, hey.
We talk about that space a lot. Okay. What's the one thing you want them to know? Like, maybe it's not so lollipops and rainbows when they leave Vegas. Like, you should know this, even though it's not lollipops and rainbows.
Yeah, there are headwinds. I mean, I think that one of the things I track is absorption with folks that don't know. That's just overall leasing activity. And because of the lack of space, it's down. Also because of a couple of retailers that were expanding that aren't anymore, and a few closures. The expansion isn't as strong as it was like a year and 2 years ago. But I mean, a big part of that is just that the vacancy is so low. There's just not that much space to lease.
Yeah, I mean, would you expect if we had more vacancy, let's see a mass store closure, that it would be chewed up pretty quickly?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, and it depends on what it is. So like if it was a box that there's a lot of demand for, I'd see that. I mean, if it's a retailer that's maybe they're closing because they weren't great at site selection, I think it would take a lot longer. But overall, yeah, no, I think it would.
So I recently saw you do a presentation on artificial intelligence.
That's right.
I was mind blown. Are you seeing any signs of the people at this show taking to?
So I've had some AI meetings today
You
with
have.
some actual real life AI practitioners who are trying to sell their wares to the retail real estate industry. And I would say there's so much power there, but figuring out how to translate it into our business is the trick. And I meet with people who are technology people and don't understand the business, or I'll see business people that don't really understand the technology. And so there's this real mismatch. Somebody's going to figure it out.
Yeah.
But I'm still waiting.
Well, one of the things we were talking about earlier today is that the information in our industry is pretty fragmented. So let's say you wanted to do something on lease data. Well, it's private contracts. It's not available even to artificial intelligence to get it. So to use artificial intelligence to do something with it is, I think, impossible at the moment, right? Like, what is market rents? Well, that comes from what are people asking in rent, right? CoStar actually calls people to find out what market rents are. I think it's hard because we're so fragmented to figure out how to use it.
Yeah, so the company I work for, we're really big and we're global. So we execute a lot of leases and they're all in PDFs, right?
Yeah.
And so if we can get an AI to go read every lease, I feel like there's some awesome global insights it could give us. That's kind of the vision. But to your point, real estate, it's real.
Yeah.
Computers can't go out and walk the property. So because of that, I'm not as worried for us as I am for other industries.
That's a good point. It is real. Real estate is real. The Real State of Real Estate by James Cook. So you mentioned trends.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the trends you're seeing that you keep speaking about that you want people to know?
Well, we just released a report today on celebrity-backed restaurants, which is kind of a niche.
Oh, yeah.
So last year we did a report on celebrity retail, which seemed to be exploding.
Yeah.
And then we're like, what follow?
Rihanna, right?
Yeah.
And
Rihanna has Savage X Fenty,
Yeah.
which is right across the street at a fashion show mall. So we noticed anecdotally that there were a lot more celebrity restaurants. So TV stars and movie stars like Mark Wahlberg,
Yeah,
and
Wahlburgers, yeah.
all of the celebrity chefs, and sports people like Shaq's Big Chicken. And And we're like, it seems like there's more.
Peyton Manning's in every Papa John's commercial, right? Yeah.
And Drew Brees has a bunch
obviously.
of chains. So anyway, we actually crunched the numbers and we created an entire database of celebrity restaurants going back the past 5 years. And between 2020 and 2021, the number of new celebrity restaurants more than doubled.
Wow.
And it's stayed at that elevated level since then. And so our thesis is the restaurant scene is so overcrowded, it's so tough to be heard by a landlord that if you have a celebrity attached to your brand, that's a little thing that can help you get noticed. Now, obviously, you got to have a good operations team and you got to have good food. Although I got to say, Chris, I've eaten at a lot of these places and they don't all have good food. I'm not saying which, but not always. Celebrity doesn't always mean you're a good cook.
I went to a place called the Black Sheep.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
It's off the strip.
Yeah.
It might be the best piece of fish I ever had in the desert.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the Black Sheep. So if you want a good spot off the strip, the Black Sheep.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah.
All right, well, James, I really appreciate you coming here. This was awesome. Thanks for your insights. What do you want to leave everyone with?
Hey, check out our celebrity retail report. Check out our celebrity restaurant report. It's over at jll.com and it's free to download, so you'll enjoy it. Learn about food.
Have you read our white paper yet?
I have it right here. I'm going to take it home with me tonight and
Awesome.
read it as I'm going to bed.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thanks,
Good having you, James.
Yeah.